A national civil liberties group is demanding answers from the Fredericton Police Force in the arrest of a well-known local blogger. As you heard in our news, Charles Leblanc has been a vocal critic of police tactics and politics in general. He was arrested by Fredericton Police and his computer equipment seized, pending charges of criminal libel against a police officer. Now, the Canadian Civil Liberties Association is questioning police motives in the case. Cara Zwibel is with the Canadian Civil Liberties Association and joins me now from Toronto. Cara Zwibel, thank you for joining us. What concerns you most about the way police have handled this?
You know, the biggest concern is really about just the use of criminal libel charges or provisions of the criminal code. There are a few different provisions relating to criminal libel in the code, but I understand that there's a suggestion that this may be a charge under Section 301. And Section 301 has doesn't contain an intent requirement. It really means that you can be charged with a criminal offense for saying something that is maybe hurts someone's reputation, but might actually be true or valid, or a criticism that's open to debate and discussion. And so the use of the criminal law to sort of curb and chill that kind of expression is the biggest concern here.
Your organization has written directly to Fredericton Police Chief Barry McKnight. What do you want from him?
Well, we want a bit of information. I mean, we heard about this story through media reports. So we're asking, first of all, I understand now that charges have not yet been laid. I know that needs to be reviewed by the Crown. We're also asking about the role of the police here. It's a particular kind of situation, since the subject of these allegedly defamatory statements is a police officer. We need to make sure that there's separation between the complainant in a criminal matter and those responsible for investigating it. So we're asking about what kind of independent oversight exists there. And we're also asking about the use of this provision in general by the Fredericton Police Force. How frequently are these kinds of charges laid, so that we can get a sense of whether this is a widespread practice. If these provisions are used to arrest someone and search them, but ultimately don't result in charges, that has that kind of chilling effect that I mentioned, and that's a real concern for us as an organization that cares deeply about freedom of expression.
Fredericton City Councillor has called the treatment of Charles Leblanc an attack on civil liberties. Is that how you see it?
We do. I mean, this is a freedom of expression issue. The use of the criminal code to arrest or detain someone, to search them on the basis of things that they've said or written that someone doesn't like, is very troubling.
So how soon would you expect to hear back from Fredericton Police?
I really don't know. I think we've asked some questions that are fairly easy to answer. But I know that the Fredericton Police Force has said that they won't even release the name of the person that's the subject of this search and arrest, although he's obviously made it known to the media and the public. So it may be that on that basis we won't have a response for some time. I know that there is a court date in April, and we would certainly hope to know more about the case well before that happens, so that we can consider whether there's other things we might do.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cara Zwibel is with the Canadian Civil Liberties Association. She joined us from Toronto. Now, coming up after the break, I'll be speaking with our web